Well, welcome back everybody to a special edition of Walker Custom Garage. As you can see before me, I have my newest project, a 1951 Ford Deluxe, also known as a shoebox Ford. Now, I got this from a gentleman in the local area up in Claremore by the name of Joe. And when I went to go look at it, I couldn't resist. I had to pick it up. So got a decent deal on it, and I've got a plan for this thing. Now, in 1951, there was approximately 700,000 vehicles produced just like this in various styles, everything from a convertible to a four-door to a business coupe, and this happens to be a Tudor sedan. The base model was a 6-cylinder 226 cubic inch, and you had the option between an automatic and a manual transmission. Your second custom option was a 239 V8 flathead, again with manual or automatic transmission. After looking at the VIN number and the codes for this happens to be a V8 model with a manual transmission. We'll go over that when we look through the car. But unfortunately, it did not come with the motor or the transmission. It's very unfortunate. I would have loved to keep this thing all original, but we're gonna do something special instead. Now, taking a quick tour of the vehicle, you can see that this thing is pretty much complete. We got all the chrome, the tires are in really good shape. We'll take a look at those. The body is just straight as an arrow. There's no dents that I've seen in this thing whatsoever. It's a little bit dirty, but the glass is in excellent shape. You can see that it was registered in Kansas, 1989. Still got the bumper, looks in really good shape. Again, there's no dents in this thing. It is straight as can possibly be. Even the drip rails are in phenomenal condition. There's no dents, there's no rust, there's nothing. But you can see the grille is in not great shape. There's two of the bullet style ornaments in the front. I believe the 49 and the 50 had a single bullet in the center. But the grille's not in great shape. It's rusted pretty good, but I know a guy who can buff that out. So we'll get that looking good. But it is just in phenomenal shape. You can look at the chrome trim. There's no dents. I mean, it's just all there, and it's all in just immaculate shape. The front glass, there's no cracks, there's no nothing. Still got the mirrors, the handles. Now, looking at this thing, I did notice a couple of places that are kind of rusting out. You can see one here on this is the driver's side rocker towards the rear of the door. But the rest of it's in really good shape. There's no rust or anything on the rear of the vehicle. There is a bit here, there's a little bit of cancer here, you can see. So I'll have to do some patch panels there. But all around the wheel wells are in really good shape. And then here's the only other bad area, and this is probably the worst. This is the passenger side rocker, and it's pretty good up until about here. It's got a little bit of cancer there, but then you get over here and you can really tell it's been ate out by the rust. So I'm gonna need a whole new rocker on the bottom, but that's no big deal. Other than that, I think there's one other spot here on the front clip area. Yeah, right here. You can see somebody tried to do a bit of a Bondo job. They weren't too successful, but so I'll have to make a panel there. But the hood is in immaculate shape. There's no dents, there's no dings. I can't even find the smallest little ding on any of these body panels. Now, after a bit of wrestling with this thing, I was able to get the hood off. Whoever was in here previously had it wired shut in the front, so that took a little bit of doing. But you can see there is no engine, there is no transmission. But the rest of it's all there. It's really not in bad shape. I mean, there's no rust, there's no areas that have been broken out. See the blower still there. I like these fenders, how they hook up. It's the air induction on both sides there. But it's in really great shape. I mean, all the wiring is still there. The pedals, you can see the linkage. Now, looking closer at the VIN number, this is a B code car, which denotes that it was a V8. And that KC stands for it being built in Kansas City, at the Kansas City plant. And as you can tell by the linkage down there, this was a manual transmission. It's just too bad it didn't come with all that stuff. That would have been really fun. Now, as I get into this thing, you'll be able to tell right away that the interior is still there. It's not in great shape, but there is a ton of stuff back here, and I haven't been through any of it yet. But it has been a rat nest for sure. Oh, we can see a little area here. It's kind of, well, that'll need to be redone. I'll have to take a look at the floors really good. But the dash is in excellent shape. Everything is there, all the dials. The emblems, the radio's still there, the clock. That's pretty awesome. Still has the original rubber mat. It's pretty cool. We'll have to take a closer look at that. The seats are not in great shape, obviously, but the frame and everything is still there, so that really shouldn't be a problem replacing all that stuff. And then, of course, I've got a back seat full of stuff, and I have to take some time and go through here and see just exactly what we've got. Here's the back seat, kind of the same condition as the front seats. The headliner needs to be redone, but everything is there. The handles for the windows, the wing window handles, locks, everything is there. Got the bumper, like I said, and the drive shaft, so that's going to help out quite a bit. Now, unfortunately, I can't get into the trunk. It is locked. I don't have the keys. Joe, the guy I bought it from, told me that the keys should be in the vehicle somewhere, but he just kind of tossed them in there, so I'll have to dig around and look for them. Hopefully I can find them, because it does have the original ignition, but you probably can't see anything in there. But took a flashlight, and inside of there I've got all the trim for around the car. I've got the tail lights are still there, and there's a radiator back there, along with, looking from this side, is a spare tire. Well, there you have it. That's a quick walk around of the vehicle. I guess the next best thing to do is go ahead and lay down a tarp and get all this stuff out of the interior and see what I have, what I don't have, what I need. See if we can find those keys, because that's going to give me access to the trunk. And if not, then I'll have to do some gymnastics and crawl back there and try to pop it from the inside. So let's get after it. I've got the front end off here. That was for a very specific reason. I've got everything set up this morning. The hood and the front clip there. Got everything set up this morning to tear into this thing, extract all the stuff out of there, see what we got, inventory it all. Hopefully I can find a set of keys, and then we can access the trunk, see what's back there, inventory all that, and get building on this thing. Now, I took the front end off here because I had some title issues and I had to get that squared away. I had to actually trailer this up to the tag agency. Had to take it to the tag agency so that they could do a VIN inspection. Not only that, but this thing wasn't being held on by anything at all. I don't think it was bolted up to anything. It was just kind of strapped down, so I removed all that to make it as easy for me and the people at the tag agency as easy as possible. But that opened all this stuff up to take a look at, see how easy it's going to be or difficult. And you know, it's a bit of a mess, but there's a lot to work with here. Plenty of room for a small block Ford. Let's go ahead and get into this thing, extract everything from the cab, lay it all out on the tarp, and see what we've got. Well, as you can see, I got most of this cleaned out. There's still some padding and whatnot that I need to get out of here. There's the antenna. Here's the back seat, still padding and whatnot. Back seat cleaned up pretty good. So didn't get lucky enough to find any keys. That doesn't mean that they're still not in here. There's still a bunch of stuff underneath the seat, so I'm gonna have to get to that. But in the meantime, it's as clean as it's gonna get for today anyway. And here's the inventory. Got some wheel parts, front headlight bezels, I don't know, some interior parts, a bunch of door panel parts, the bumper, wing windows, but this was, I think this was the best part. But the drive shaft, that's good. Got a can full of parts, different stuff in there. The keys might be in there, I just need to look. But this was the best part. This brand new, well, you say brand new, but these are rocker panels for both the passenger and the driver's side. So these are virtually brand new panels. Does have some rust, obviously. It's been probably got wet inside the car, inside that cardboard box. I haven't pulled the other one out yet, but only one side is bad. The other side's actually in really, really good shape. The plan is to take that front seat out so that I can check under the seat and make sure the keys aren't in there, and then, you know, I'll do some more looking. But ultimately I'm gonna have to pull that back seat out to get to the trunk, because I know that there's other stuff in this trunk. I know I can see the radiator through the taillights in here. It's got the original spare, has the taillights in there. There's a bunch of chrome pieces for the side, the doors and everything. So that's the goal, get back there and access that trunk.